Hey.
Whoa, hi. Hey, what are you doing? Are you busy right now? Because I'd love to do a podcast.
Are you free?
What we're doing.
I think what we're
Let's
doing.
call Will really quick. I think it would be better with 3.
Ring.
Will?
Ring.
Hello?
You've reached the messaging of Will
damn it.
Arnett.
Oh, shit, we missed him.
Feel free to start an all-new SmartLess.
Oh.
SmartLess.
You know, I've been thinking about not changing. It's not really changing my name, but I'm thinking about just going with just Will. Like, kind of like Cher.
With the words just Will? Just and Will?
No, just Will.
Yeah,
Okay.
but just Will would be clearer. Like,
Yeah.
It's too close to Just Jack from that show.
I'm not familiar.
Me neither.
I don't know what the show, but
So nobody picked Will yet. Just the
so
word
I'm just
Will.
gonna go Will. Like you know how like Brazilian soccer players just go with like Pepe or whatever on the back of there. So I just want to do that.
You know what
Don't
took me?
say yeah, Sean. You don't know what the hell he's saying.
No, I don't. But you know what took me forever to realize? You remember that?
Oh, hang
that-
on. Can I have a crack at this? Because the list is long.
That the world might not be flat?
No, that Will period I period M period. You know, the rapper, singer, guy, whatever he is.
Will I am?
Yeah, Will I am.
Yeah,
That-
is
that's
William,
actu-
you stupid
Yeah,
bastard.
I didn't realize that.
You're kidding. You're
Wait,
kidding.
I swear to God, till like a year ago, it's like I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's William.
When you say you didn't realize, how is that possible?
Well,
Like,
nothing's going to beat Beatles, right?
No,
that
that
was
beats
a big
Beatles to
shock
me.
to him.
No, lots of people are on my side, guys. Lots of people are on my side.
I think Will I Am beats Beatles.
Yeah.
Will, I like that the hair is still growing.
Sure.
You got a real Carol Brady kick out on the back. I love it. Are you gonna? What are we gonna do with it? Have you settled on what the look's gonna be for the big film?
No, I mean, I think you're kind of looking at it.
Am I
There's
looking
not-
at it? All right.
Yeah,
Is it
there's
going to be
not a
like?
whole lot.
Are you going to put gel in it? Are you going to
It's
put
gonna,
mousse?
well, it's going to be all over the place, and it's going to be,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's just going to be what it is, man. You know, I'm kind of freewheeling. You know me.
You free willing.
Dude, this
free
sounds
willing.
rad.
Yeah.
Did you guys know anything about me? You're talking to Will. Simply just Will. Yeah, he's really easygoing and freewheeling. Free.
You know, Scotty and I said to Jay, we missed you last week, Will.
I know.
at our dinner.
How was it?
It was fun. It was really small. There was some good laughs.
It was plenty of oxygen for everyone with you not there.
Wow.
This
I think our
guy.
audience will agree.
No, we did. Now you were still in town, or you had just left Sunday,
I left Sunday night. Yeah.
and now you're in New York, and you're there
I'm in
for
New
the
York.
haul, for the long
Yeah.
haul.
Yeah,
You're not
and
going to
I'm-
come back.
I'm going to come back in a couple weeks for a weekend. Yeah.
Grab some
Just
toiletries.
Grab a few misplaced
Sundries.
items.
Yeah.
Some sundries, and then go back and see the kids, and then they're going to come out here. It's going to be great.
I see you got the Whisper booth all set up, don't you? Look at that.
Yeah, I got it all set up. You're leaving soon.
I'm leaving in 3 weeks, I think. Yeah,
Wow.
I gotta start doing some homework. God damn it!
Yeah.
I've really been putting it off. I'm like that though. I just kick it all down the road and then I cram.
What, you mean memorizing lines and
Yeah,
stuff?
no, just like rereading the scripts and like I got to figure out my look. You know, I'm playing this St. Louis weatherman, and
Yeah.
I'm.
I think you got it.
I think you got it too.
Yeah.
No, hey, don't be
Your
hurtful.
default.
Hey, no, I've got to.
Tell us what it's like outside today.
Like it's going to be a mustache and maybe parting the hair, but I need some glasses. But I don't want to get too Anchorman with it. You know.
Sure. Yeah. You don't want it to be a cartoon, a caricature. You know,
Right.
the other thing, JB, if you do happen to,
Guys, that's my ride.
if you do happen to, by the way, our guest is in Times Square. I'm so excited for this. JB,
Selling pretzels.
Live.
JB, I will say this, and we can get your guess. But if you do go the parted, I'm excited if you go parted because it'll mean you're finally put like a comb or a brush in your hair. That'd be really
I know.
exciting for
I
everybody.
might actually blow dry it too.
Wait, are you serious?
It looks so terrible.
It's going to be gigantic. It's going to be like that. Wait, I want to tell you, Willie, that I said to Jay on Sunday, we got a turntable, Scotty and I, for Christmas, you know? Did I tell
Two
you that already?
turntables and a microphone.
No.
Dude,
Beat you.
and did I tell
beat
you,
you.
I got a stack of wax here that I'm just looking to put on somewhere. You
No,
know?
seriously, it's so fun. We put it on at night and we just listen to like soundtracks or whatever. Like I haven't listened to vinyl since I was a kid.
Can you
Soundtrack.
just
So
hold
even when you're on
a
vinyl, you're
second.
listening to Star Wars?
Yeah, a little bit.
Fucking
And E.T.
Even when you're on a
the
record-
E.T. soundtrack.
He's
so
got
good.
Christ.
he's got a vinyl of the Star Trek
Please.
and Star Wars soundtrack.
Absolutely.
Hey,
of
Sean, when
course.
TikTok went dark, did you and Scotty make your final promises to each other and start?
Can you imagine Sean and Scotty putting on a record,
Yeah,
putting the
it's the
needle
best.
down the record, and just dancing around the
drum beat goes
the
like this.
house there, just like
Yeah.
they don't care?
They're not
That's
saying
right.
they're going like, E.T., this is the part. Remember when Elliot gets on his bike and he puts him in the basket? And
Do a
then he
dance
goes-
for that.
Do a dance for
Totally.
that. And
We gotta
this is
dance
when he
for
goes
everything.
and he's in the closet and he puts his finger out and he says, E.T. won't go home. Do you remember that?
All right,
And he's got the shaky
today,
hands. Yeah.
Today.
we've got a guest who's just starting to get a little momentum in show business. We're excited to have her here at the beginning. So far, she's off to a good start, though, with the singing stuff. She's sold over 90 million records. She's got 50
Jeez.
billion streams, and she's got a
What?
couple of Grammys.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, with the acting, latest film's just gone past 700 mil.
What?
She happens to be the seventh most followed person on Instagram with 376 million followers, and she's got a cosmetic line and fragrance line that's earned just over $1 billion.
Wait a minute.
Well, so she's got a little bit of wind at her back now. She's stopping by for a little advice and encouragement from us geniuses before she officially gets out there and gives it a go. Please
What
give an
happened?
incredible hello to the incredible Ariana Grande. Come on out.
That was very silly. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Ariana.
Oh,
my gosh, this
goodness.
is
I'm so happy to
exciting.
be here with you guys.
I
We're
know.
happy you said yes
Wow.
and agreed
Wow.
here.
Wait,
This
where
is
are
a
you, Ariana? Are you in New York?
Big get, JB. What did you do? What
It's a lot.
strings did you
Very
pull?
expensive guest right here, guys. So use your
Stop.
time wisely.
I love you all so much, and I love the show so much. I am
you've
You've
We
never
love you.
so
heard
happy
it.
to be
You're
here.
very nice to say that.
Even for a podcast, you look gorgeous. I mean, even
I
just
know.
Oh my
for
God,
showing
thank
up.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
guys,
could have
You didn't
videoed
have
this.
to.
Yeah.
Oh my
look at
God,
us.
that's so nice. How is everyone? Well, how are you guys?
Everyone is good.
Wonderful.
We're
all
all
right.
really good. How are you? Is more to the point. My gosh, you got so much going on. How are you?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm currently in London, and I
Sure.
just got here, so I'm just adjusting to the time. And
Yeah, the jet lag's no good.
No, it's fine. You know, you get to a point where you're just kind of like, whatever needs to be, will be.
I feel like it's worse coming back, right? It's worse coming back to the States. I
No,
think,
no. From
Europe.
LA to London or anywhere in Europe is the worst on the planet, I think.
And then coming back is really fun because then you're a morning person for a while.
yeah.
Right.
I love that.
Did you just get in there today?
Yeah, we just got here, so I'm excited.
Right.
This is like a very fun way to start the trip.
But let's start there. So, like, you're okay with the amount of things you take on and the way you fill your day. I mean, I guess I should put that in the form of a question. Are you okay with it? How much time do you sort of allocate to just hanging out?
I mean, I feel really grateful for the balance that I have found. This whole Wicked journey has been quite different for me. And it's been obviously full steam ahead, but it's been so beautiful and so fun.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
feel like maybe when I was younger and it was like sort of during my first few years as a pop star, I really struggled with boundaries and not being able to say no when I needed to because if I was like running on empty. But I really do feel like I've been able to find a balance and also like a team who's really protective and amazing.
Yeah.
And I love it. I really feel like I've thoroughly been able to enjoy this Wicked insanity. I feel so present and grateful, and that's been so beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Sean, you had a tough time with boundaries when you first were introduced to Oreos. Like you,
I still do. I have to have it locked away. There's a
Why
lock
so
on the
stupid?
door. There's a
Wait.
lock on the door.
So dumb.
so dumb, so dumb, so dumb. Oh, there's lots of dumb here.
Oh, where do we get to?
We're just
What,
getting
Ariana,
warmed
what if this was your press junket for this sequel to Wicked right now? You just started
Heaven.
now.
I love it. Where does it end? Where does one end?
You'd
and
be
one
like,
begin?
you'd be like, why is it so low rent? Why everything was
Shut
so.
up.
We love. By the way, we love Wicked. We love the great
Yeah.
Mark Platt.
thank
He's a
you.
So
friend, a
great.
longtime friend. love Mark and all the people involved with it. And you guys did an amazing job.
Incredible. Tears, real tears in my
you.
eyes.
And
when
you've
I watched
already
it.
you've already shot the second one, right?
Yes, second
Okay.
one is done. We haven't seen it yet. but
Really?
it's done. Yeah.
And it comes out maybe like this time next year. Or
I
something
have
like that?
seen it.
Yes, the same time next year, so November 22nd, but next
Yeah,
year.
I have seen it, and it's
He's got
it's
notes.
not good. Ariana, you're barely even in
All
it.
your stuff can be reshot. I don't want you to worry about it. Okay, we've got
Thank you for
time.
telling me. Thank you for having my back. Oh my God.
So then you're set to start that junket like in a few months.
I
right?
mean, I suppose so. I think maybe there will be a little bit of space in the summer.
Right.
Let it breathe for a second, but it's very exciting. I mean,
Yeah.
the response has just been so insanely not what you expect or ever would.
I know. Could you imagine
anticipate
if it was just a big turd and you had the second one already ready to go and you just knew you had
But that
to
could still
and then
happen.
just-
God forbid,
No.
but you never know. I'm just kidding.
I've done that. I'm sure we all have, right? We've got to talk about something that just didn't work.
Wait, so Ariana, the last time I saw you was
I know.
Hairspray Live,
Yes.
and we would share a trailer, and you told me the funniest
Wait,
stories that I
what?
cannot repeat.
We would giggle.
Wait,
We
wait,
would
go
giggle.
back, go back. So the last time we saw each other, and
Hairspray
enunciate,
Live.
try not to slur your way through your words, Sean. Was where?
Hairspray Live on NBC.
Hairspray Live. Okay.
And,
Yes.
and you were sharing a single trailer, or we were in a double banger.
No, the hair and
triple?
makep. The hair and makeup.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you're
Got it.
chair
Very
to chair.
fun
So
times.
you did, I didn't even
So
know you
fun.
used to do her hair and makeup. So talk a little bit about that.
Oh my goodness.
Were you just
Wait.
doing a blowout?
Why do you think she
Sean?
looks so good?
Ariana, we did a weird talk show in the UK like 10 years ago. Do you remember that at the same day?
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What? Wait, what weird talk show did we do?
It was called
Chatty Man?
Yes.
Yeah, with
Chatty
the
Man.
with the drink cart.
And like I think I
Oh
rode
my
a
God, that's
bicycle.
right. It's back.
Boy,
Wait,
I really
do
leave an
remember.
impression.
It's not you. It was the boundaries. Remember?
Maybe. Was there
It was
bad
just
banter?
me. It was. I'm missing a couple of years. I'm super serious from that
Copy
time.
that.
I'm literally missing a few years.
You were well. So let me remind you, it was disgraceful your behavior.
Oh,
No. You were great.
Me?
You were great, but no, you were great.
Okay, good.
You were great. But what I wanted to but we met at the time, and you were how old were you when you first released your first record? As a pop star.
I think I was 19 when my first single off my first album came out, or 20. I was either 19 or 20. But
And had you been making music since you were a kid, and then that
She
was
was
the
in the
first-
musical 13 on
yeah,
Broadway.
I was a total theater nerd. I did Broadway first when I was 14, and then I was acting for a little bit, but I was always simultaneously writing songs and doing music. I just never expected it to kind of take over the way that it sort of did in a beautiful way. I just think there was no way to kind of prepare for that, especially. Yeah.
So you were a theater nerd, and then you were like, "Oh, wait a second, the world wants me to be a pop star." And you just kind of went that way for a while.
Yes, I mean, I am a theater nerd through and through,
Yeah.
and this very insane journey with music kind of took over my life for a very long time, and it was extraordinary, but very challenging and very not what I expected it to be in certain ways, but so beautiful and gratifying in others. And it was just crazy because when I was younger, especially after doing 13 on Broadway, I was kind of like, how cool. I get to be a part of the theater community. I can't wait to be the understudy for the Thoroughly Modern Millie revival and maybe be in the ensemble on the days when I'm not being the swing. And then I'll do music on the side and hopefully someone will listen to it and that can be a little side thing and hopefully someone will be into it.
These are all
You know
things that
what
are
I
on
mean?
Sean. Yeah, it's all on Sean's vision board.
Dream-
You just
dream board,
named
yeah.
everything that's on his vision board.
Well, then,
Phil.
speaking of theater, then,
True.
what musical theater was there? What was it like the first time you saw Wicked on Broadway? Was that?
I mean, it was life-changing. It was
Yeah?
literally life before and after seeing Wicked, my life in 2 chapters.
Did you see it with Adina Menzel and Chenoweth?
I did. I was very spoiled. I can't believe I saw it with the original Broadway cast.
When was that?
And I was
like
10.
10 years
it was
ago?
in
20 years ago.
20. Yeah,
21. 21 years ago.
Wow.
And
Crazy.
yeah, it was crazy. I mean, it changed my life. I was so obsessed.
And it's got to be so surreal, like, seeing that. And then now you're in it, like, Glinda, it's wild.
So then can I ask then, did you hear that they were making a movie of Wicked and you threw your hat in the ring?
Yes, that's putting it very lightly. I was stalking Mark Platt. Like I actually was like literally in the bushes outside his house. No, but I wasn't, but maybe I was. But no, I was on tour. I was on the Sweetener tour, and I had heard murmurs of, okay, this thing is gearing up to happen. And I told my team, I was like, hey, we're going to have a plan. I don't know what to do. But if God forbid I'm still on the road when this thing starts happening, we are going to have to
refund some tickets.
Pay everyone working on the tour to just here's what whatever, go away. I have to figure this out. I have to I have to give my everything to this, and I have to start training. I have to make sure I'm in classes to train my voice every day, and with an acting coach every day just to get back into it. And also Glinda requires a whole new skill set that I didn't have a connection to anymore because I was on the road for 10 years. And I was just like, I have to make this my full-time gig. I have to do everything in my power just to get a chance to earn it. I want to make sure that when my audition, if I get an audition, that I'm fucking ready with every...
Did they make you audition?
I mean, of course it's Wicked. Of course it's Wicked.
Would you have to do like a self-tape, or did you go in there in person?
you go
on your
in.
phone.
I mean, it was a thorough... experience as it should be. I mean, I think, there's just so much that is required of Glinda that's so different from what I usually do.
I am Ariana. I'm 5'6". I'm from New York, and this is my first.
Wow, 5'6". Do I present 5'6"? I wish. Oh my God! Wow. No.
Wait, but what's amazing?
You're 5'6" presenting.
5'6" presenting. No, sorry.
What's amazing though about what you just said about having to audition and show up and show your. I was just blown. Everybody knows you can sing and sing really well.
Thank you.
But to be able to legit sing like that, like you, we both see Eric Vitro. Eric taught me how to sing, and he coaches you, and he's
wonderful.
The greatest vocal coach ever
in the world.
Yes, and to watch you, like I was talking to Jason and Will about the athleticism of your voice and Cynthia's voice, and like what that requires. I'm watching you on screen, like. Breathing with you, like as you, and then the legit like diaphragm, like the power you have is so incredible, and you can't teach it.
Thank you. That
pretty,
is
Yeah, you just made me think of
nice.
something, Sean. Is it Ariana? Is there when you're dancing and singing at the same time? Do you constantly have to monitor not running out of breath? Because you're dancing, like you need the breath for singing, but you also need to, you're exercising with dancing too.
Oh, gosh.
Is that a challenge?
Well, yeah, I thought it's just kind of something that you build up to. So there's a lot of physical training. There's whatever you can do, cardio Pilates every morning. Then before the rehearsals, hopefully it feels like a little easier. Like the more you do ahead of it, the more it's easier to, singing on the treadmill.
Do you sing on the treadmill to get used to it?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
On the treadmill. I was thinking that all that training that you did, again, you started in the theater and then you kind of, became this huge pop star, but maintained that love for theater. I wonder if, and I'm asking, I guess, being on tour and singing and performing in front of big, huge audiences must have been, all those years, turns out, was maybe great preparation, was it?
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like it's like, yes, but also I feel like working with Jason Robert Brown at the age of 13 was my preparation for that. I was like, oh my goodness, the only reason I can keep up with this tour where I'm singing all of these songs live for 2.5 hours every night or however long it is or whatever it is, at that, it's very demanding, and then traveling on a dry bus or in a dry plane or whatever it is. And the only reason I can keep up with that, I credit to being on Broadway. So it goes back and forth, kind of.
Right.
It's like just this stamina that I am so grateful that I got to build at a young age because, Jason gave me the hard, I love Jason Robert Brown because he is like, can you do that? It's like, I don't know. And he's like, you got it. And it's just like, okay, great, I'll figure it out.
Because he said you got it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a second longer of a note than you think you can hold, or a higher note, one note higher than you think you can sing. And he's like, perfect, you take that harmony. And I think that trained me to be able to do the singing that I was doing, and then it went back and forth, I suppose.
Forgive the term legit, because it's all legit. Even pop singing is legit. But
No, I know.
you know what I mean.
It's
So
different, yeah.
do you want to do more of that? Because I'd never seen you do that until Wicked. I'd never seen you sing legit like that.
Well, it felt really wonderful to kind of have a little surprise, and it was really special for me.
Yeah.
And we will be right back.
And now back to the show.
Backing up a little bit, the start of your career was great. So you do like this big musical on Broadway. You start doing some acting, and that really takes off as far as kid success goes. Like you're killing it because you're on a big series, I think on Nickelodeon perhaps.
Yep.
And all the while you're thinking and dreaming and trying for some singing as well, and that's really the passion. And your team is probably, I'm assuming, kind of supportive, yes, but not really sure. Well, should we throw the baby out with the bathwater? Can we do both? Like, what was the thing in singing? What was the big success that gave you comfort and your team comfort that you could kind of transition away from acting a little bit more and really pursue this musical career?
Well, I think it just I followed it in a way.
Yeah.
Because, I was, the whole time I was Kat on Nickelodeon, I was also writing like pop R&B music on the side.
Yeah.
I would go from
Amazing.
set to the studio, and I would be like making these songs that I was probably too young to put out yet. And, it was just a funny, interesting thing. And I remember there was a blurry time when Nickelodeon kind of wanted the music that I was writing to potentially be for the show.
Right.
So there was a moment where I actually like put out a song with the red hair, and it was very like kind of in the Cat Valentine mindset, because I didn't know if I was supposed to be myself yet or not.
Yeah.
Right.
And then someone that I was very close to that was very supportive and a really, really, really loving, wonderful person in my life was like, hey, they're going to love you as you, with
Right.
brown hair, singing R&B inspired pop, and just fucking wing it and
Right.
put that out. And I did, and it was really cool. It was cool to see the people not know the connection or
Right.
discover that and then realize the connection, and
They
it was
accepted
just,
you.
It was just cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was scary but cool, and I've learned a lot along the way. It's
Oh,
weird.
that's great.
Well, you've done, and again, like you've done this so much in this, in the music space and the acting space and the combo with the musicals, and now, as Jason said when he introed you, you're getting into other businesses and cosmetics, I guess, and a lot of other things. Like you're taking on a lot of. Are those other things giving you that same? Are you getting that same sort of like hunger for success in those other areas? Are you finding them rewarding, getting into business and doing stuff like that? Has that been a fun experience?
It's definitely been a fun experience, and I definitely love creating in all capacities and storytelling in any capacity. Like, I really do love my fragrance and my beauty brand, and that stuff is like,
Right.
it's really fun, and I think it's a totally different part of my brain. My mom is a CEO, and she's very much a business person.
Oh,
And my
cool.
dad is an artist, so I think I kind of sit exactly in between the two of them, and these two parts of me are very hungry in very different ways, and I enjoy it. I enjoy creating, but I think obviously my loves of my life are acting and music. It's like not even a comparison. I feel grateful for like every area in which I can be a creative person who like makes stuff, but it's not necessarily the same, but it's something that I love very much,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said earlier about with the music, you weren't really sure if you were allowed to be you, and this is sort of a weird question, but like with all of the success that you are having and have had in all of these different areas, all of those things can be really affecting on who you are, obviously to the public, but really who you are internally, because they can kind of pull you and push you into areas of yourself you would like to be, or areas that you really didn't think that you were, or at least the perception
Right.
of you. So, excuse me, how are you managing keeping a natural sort of progression of who you are, who you would like to be, as far as letting these outside things identify who you are. And does that make any sense?
No, it makes total sense. And it's also something that I have to be so protective of.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, as an artist, the most important thing is authenticity and kind of making the records that I want to make, or making
And talking about the things, singing about the things that mean something to you, right? Yeah.
Totally. But, I also am like a cancer and a recovering people pleaser. And I like, in the past, hi, hello.
Same.
But,
Recovering people pleaser.
I am.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wish there were a group. Oh my God, I'm needing. But,
Let's start, just me and you.
let's
Jason,
go, please.
Hang on one
Like, I'm
second. So,
serious.
Jason, pleasing people is something. Okay, how do I phrase this?
Yeah.
But no, I feel
That is
like
such a great term.
But it's true. It's such a thing that we have to fight to protect as people who, have a connection with our listeners, our fans, and also remaining true to ourselves and what's in our hearts. And I feel like I've been doing a really great job at that recently, but it's just such a hard line to walk. It's like, no, I'm gonna write the songs I want to write. I have to make the album that I want to make, and I have to kind of tune as much of the noise out so that I can just be an honest person, which has been hard work, especially when you come into it at 19. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's great. I was thinking too, by the way, exact same person. I'm
Long-winded. I'm so long-winded. Sorry.
No, same.
No, that's what you're here for.
No, yeah. And we're going to cut all of it out. So
okay, good, yeah.
I'm kidding.
my whole presence. Cut the whole presence.
No.
Get ready. And sorry, he's going to ask you questions. So get ready. Think of your favorite colors right now. Go ahead, Sean.
Or something weird
What's your
happened on
favorite
stage.
color?
Maybe
Something
once.
weird happened in the theater. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody ever get lippy in the
Oh
audience?
my God, I could talk to you for 17,000 hours about that.
Yes,
Go
I
ahead, Sean,
could.
then do it.
I could. No, Ariana, like in the back of your head, get like a great theater story ready because I love those. Like things that go wrong. Like I have so many of them. But I
Still
wanted to
did
talk
it.
about.
Did it anyway.
Yeah, well, you get it ready. So I want to talk about like getting. Do you have what is it like with how do you handle the ups and downs of being? I hate saying this, but relevant. Because, for example, like Taylor Swift, like I don't remember anybody talking about her 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. I mean, sure, she had many, many fans, and she was very famous and popular, but she wasn't like she is now. And it goes up and down for everybody in this entire entertainment business. And so for me, I've always been a huge fan of yours, but Wicked really like, oh my God, there's Ariana Grande and everything. And it's not that people didn't think that when you had an album come out or a tour come out, but the ups and downs when you're quiet.
Yeah, there's these
like how do you?
spikes.
Yeah, there's those spikes. How do you handle, or what do you do during the low spikes?
I don't know. I mean, I try not to look at spikes or for them
Smart.
or monitor them or like.
Yeah, very good.
I kind of try to. I think I'm a person who like wasn't meant to be famous, but I love the art of making and creating so much that I think like my insatiable need to just kind of make things and create and try to push myself to grow in different directions and learn new things and see what
And the spikes will
I can
come. Yeah.
I kind of try to focus on that as much as possible.
That's
and I
great.
think it helps me survive. Otherwise I really think if I paid more attention that I would I would go away. I think it's just too scary.
Chase
it's
it.
like
Yeah.
Well, you're adding layers to it too, which is really cool. Like you're adding different dimensions to what you do. So it's like people can't just go like, "What is Ariana Grande?" They're not like,
They got to
she's
keep up.
just a pop star." No, she's an
But that's
actress.
such a scary thought to even think like, oh, what are they thinking right now?
Right. Yeah.
I like the healthiest thing for me is to disconnect as much as humanly possible. Of course, I have like the internet and I'm on my phone, I whatever, love Instagram. But, I'm a person who tries to maintain a healthy distance from
Yeah,
it because
that's great.
I think it's like the same thing I would tell like a young person who's like, what do you do when you hear like no all the time? Those spikes feel like big no's again. It feels like I didn't get a call back for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and I'm 8 years old or something. Like it's the same
Chitty
thing.
Bang Bang.
I know.
But I'm
as
serious.
as you add
It's the same
as you add those layers and you have those moments, what are the things then now as you kind of look forward and go like, okay, I've done that. Like, what are the new do you have new targets in
Yeah,
mind?
how do you
Like, things that
define
you wanna-
success nowadays?
Yeah, exactly. How do you find success?
Oh my goodness, first of all of you have to answer this hard ass question after I'm done. Everyone has to answer. We're taking turns. This is the first official meeting of people pleasing recovery.
I'll bet it's somewhere around like, are you able to maintain happiness and calm
Yes.
and peace and harmony each day amidst so much complicated, challenging
And
kind
noise.
of stuff
Yeah,
and noise?
I
that
suppose
you've
it's
gotta-
like-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, amen to that. I mean, how can we find that balance, maintain that balance, but also like, is the work that I'm taking on something that can challenge me, that I can grow from, that I haven't done before, that I'm learning from, that I'm giving like to the character in the same way that it's maybe going to teach me or feed me? I don't know.
And maybe success is the experience of creating and not the result of.
Right. Totally.
No,
Maybe it's like,
I don't think so.
how can I?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably true with anybody on the planet, no matter what industry or occupation they're in. If you can maintain happiness each day, because it's such a slippery thing, right?
JB,
Yeah.
but we talk about it all the time, which is this notion of look, we have the benefit. I'm going to say benefit of being a lot older than you are, and I think that for me, in the last couple of years, has been really eye opening in the sense that first of all, I don't measure my personal success is not a reflection of what I do professionally. So how I feel is
Right.
not a reflection of what I do.
Right.
I've really been able to separate those things up because if I try as hard as I can to not be at the effect of circumstances. If I'm only happy if it's sunny out, then what the fuck happens when it rains?
Right, right,
Then I'm
right.
fucked. So I got to figure out a way to be happy no matter what. And those are sometimes just the smallest things. And family, we all have kids, so it's like my relationship with my kids, if my kids are happy, then I'm happy. All that kind of stuff. Those are the things that really come to the forefront and become important. My relationship with my friends.
Yeah, stuff you can control.
Stuff you can control, but also stuff that's really that's for real important. My relationship with these guys is very important. Staying connected, talking about what's going on, all that kind of stuff, and everything else. When you kind of right size all that other stuff, it feels so much better. I don't know if you guys agree, but it does for me.
For sure. Yeah.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ariana, I know you didn't ask for this, but you've gotten it because you are seemingly such a kind and easily likable, lovable person. Not to mention your success,
God.
but the youth, really looks up to you and follows you. And so, how do you manage that sort of responsibility that again you didn't sign up for, but you've got it? Do you think about that, like when you're writing lyrics or when you're taking on roles, or does any of that factor in?
No, I mean, here's the thing.
Probably not an effort because you're just naturally sort of a decent person and they're going to follow a good example.
I mean, that's very generous and kind. I just feel like it's kind of a really specific and strange thing to become a public person at like a really young age, and then to have kind of all this normal growth that happens in everyone's 20s and young teen years and whatever it is in front of an audience and in front of people who don't have to have every mistake that they've ever made flashed in front of them and like reminded every 2 seconds. It's like, it's interesting, it's like a funky thing, but all we can actually do is grow and like be human, become more and more human. I think in the face of being dehumanized and objectified, we can just become more and more human, I guess.
Well, that's interesting. Again, it sounds like there's some kind of international incident going on outside your hotel.
Is somebody
They're going to find you, Ariana.
But you bring up that must be interesting in a very unique situation and something that's been talked about. And obviously, Jason was a performer when he was young and grew up in that world as well, in a different way. But
singing and dancing.
Singing and dancing is too. If you wanted Jason to die on the spot, tell him he's got to sing and dance, and he will expire in front of you.
Give a toast.
Giving a toast.
Yeah, giving a toast.
But Ariana, to go through your 20s with that kind of scrutiny. Talk a little bit about that. I can't imagine. I think about you guys. Think about all the dumb shit you did in your 20s, and then
Right.
imagine growing up in this world, the digital era, where everything is. People got an opinion on it. It gets broadcast. I mean,
Yeah, people got
must be
phones to
really-
record you when
it
you're
must
not
be-
looking. And
yeah, it must be really hard to get your head around it and get your heart around it and all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very sensitive person. So I can't say it's something that I have done particularly well with.
Well, it's okay.
But it's also something that I have had the help of, my loved ones and therapy and time and art and just like a love for, and also like a deep sense of gratitude for what I am so privileged to be able to do.
Yeah.
Like that has kind of gotten me through it. Every time I kind of experienced that, like I just kind of had to disconnect, I suppose, for a little because, again, back to the cancer people pleasing, there was always a part of me that wanted to kind of explain or do a big, come talk to the world and come talk to everyone about what the truth is and whatever it is that I'm experiencing, that whatever, or explain things and overshare, for the sake of being understood by a humongous thing of strangers. Right. And it's just a strange thing to feel at such a young age. And what is the boundary there? And what's a healthy relationship to it? And how do you protect yourself for the sake of being able to continue?
yeah.
Well, to continue and just to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, from the outside, it seems like you've done a fantastic job
I agree.
with that.
Yeah.
I
Oh
I
my
agree.
God, that's so nice.
And speaking of
Crazy.
continuing, like
Sean
going,
does not agree.
No, I
Sean
don't.
does not agree, and
No,
he didn't want to
actually,
say
just
it.
texted you,
Yeah.
Ariana. I texted you a bunch of thoughts. So, no, but speaking of continuing, like what I love about you, amongst many things, is your ability to surprise people with choices and things you do. So you go from Broadway, then you go to be a pop star, and then you're an actress, and then you do all of these things. But one of the things that was so surprising was I don't think anybody knew how unbelievably hilarious you are.
my God, that's so nice.
And your Saturday Night Live, we died laughing. And your Jennifer Coolidge impression, like all of your impressions are
Really good.
so incredible.
Thank you.
Where in the world? Nobody knew you could do that. And so it's like, if we don't know you can do that, imagine the next 100 things you're going to do over the next 50 years or whatever.
Yeah,
But
That's
exactly.
so
I'm
nice.
so excited.
Thank you. I
Can you give
love
us a little
you.
Jennifer
Thank
Coolidge?
you.
Hey, Jen, Jennifer,
my
why weren't
Can
you
she
on,
visit with us real quick? Can we get her
Hey,
to
why
visit?
weren't you on the White Lotus, the sequel? What, the White Lotus, Jennifer?
They fucking killed me off. They pushed me off a goddamn boat.
Oh my
It's so
God,
good, right?
I didn't want to
Jesus
die.
Christ.
But I guess I'm dead.
Oh my God, that's creepy.
It's
That
just
is
Close your
great.
eyes.
Come back.
so good.
I love her.
I love her
Thank you,
too.
thank
Shit,
you.
that's fucking spot on.
Oh
Thank
my
you so much.
God.
Sean, that must make you want to have talent, right? I mean, just hearing her do that.
All I want is a hot dog. I can't do it.
Jesus Christ. Ariana, so that reminds me of the whole voice thing and like what is the weirdest thing you do to prep your voice when you're about to go do a
The
concert or so, are you like breathing a bunch of like steam? Are you gargling milk? What?
Yeah,
No,
maple syrup
no.
and
Oh my God,
honey or-
never milk.
What goes on?
Yeah.
Anything?
No.
No.
Okay, so different things call for different kind of routines and tools, I guess.
Right.
This is like, I feel like, so I don't know, I feel like a nerd, but if you need the extra, like, you can have a little vocal box where there's like all of the lozenges and sprays and
yes,
hydration
that's
things and
it.
whatever. But that's mostly if you're like fatigued or have a cough or whatever it is. I don't usually, I don't know, usually I can jump in, but I think the thing that I do that perplexes people so much, and it's just so funny because like if you're a person who uses their voice, about this, is like, if I have a long day of press or if I have to sing, I'll place it a little higher. So I'll change my vocal placement to kind of preserve. But that is just kind of something that's healthy for the voice and whatever. That's something I
Because staying higher gives less stress on it than talking in a lower register?
Yeah, so it's
wow.
just like basically pitching your
I
voice
agree.
up a tiny bit.
That's what I do. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a normal thing for vocalists.
Wow.
But people are like, that's not her natural voice. And I'm like, well, it is actually, but it's just a little higher because it's,
press voice.
all of it is natural. And it's so funny because I've talked about it a zillion times and people are still like, where's your real voice? And I'm like, well, they all are. So it's just interesting.
Yeah. Do you sing every day?
No. Sometimes, I mean, casually, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
now that I think about it, I'm kind of insufferable to be around because I do sing all the time, every day. And yeah, the answer is yes, not no.
Yeah,
The
I
answer is
do.
yes.
I sing in the
Yes.
I sing in the shower all the time. Yeah.
I
you?
wouldn't dare.
All the time.
Yeah.
What do you sing, Sean?
I sing the national anthem.
Can we get a little taste of it?
Yeah.
Can we have
Go
it?
ahead, Sean. Just a little bit.
rockets red
Oh, I can hear
Work.
the water trying to get back
Hit the
up
next one.
into
I
the
want to hear
faucet.
that. That sounded good.
bursting in air.
Work.
Right.
You're welcome.
Choices. I
so
love
speaking
it.
of-
We've proved.
Wow, wow.
We'll be right back.
And back to the show.
Speaking of routines, walk us through a typical day for you if nothing's on your plate. You have a
Yeah,
completely
yeah,
free
yeah.
day.
Ooh.
Are you one that sleeps in? Do you like to read? Are you watching dumb movies? What if you got nothing on your plate? What's the day look like?
Oh, I love this. I love to. Well, I love to wake up early. I do. Like if I need it, I feel like my body will tell me, and I get like one sleep in a month. Like the whole month
Wow.
is relying on this one day where my body just decides that it's going to sleep, and then it sleeps.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a really scary slumber. Like knock knock. Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Otherwise, you're up at the crack of ice.
Yeah, I like to
Yeah.
get up and I like to do my steps. I like to pace on the treadmill with my little iPad, and I either like am playing a game, a virtual game, or I'm texting my team and like whatever. I'm very creative when I'm on the treadmill,
Yeah.
so I have ideas and and I'll send like crazy voice notes to Christian Breslauer, the director that I work with on all my music videos. I don't know. I always have ideas on the plane. I'll either be texting him or my stylist Mimi or my team will be like, "Oh my God, we forgot to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this."
Yeah.
It gets my brain going. I love to get my steps done early, and then I'll hang out. I'll either like. You're laughing at me already. I haven't even said anything. I like to cook. I
Cook? What do we-
like
what's
to
it-
play
On the treadmill.
games
She
with
likes to
my
cook on the
family.
treadmill.
I like to cook on the treadmill. No,
What's your go-to dish? What do you cook best?
Well, I'm vegan, so I like to make. I love to roast like mushrooms of different variants and
I'm out.
make like a vegan
I'm out.
pesto and make like. Why you hate mushrooms?
I like it. Wait, so
Oh,
that
I don't eat
but it's so
mushrooms. I can't
yummy.
eat mushrooms.
well, you're not
Tofu,
invited.
sweet potatoes. I love
What
to
about
like.
so then you can have pasta as a vegan, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
So then you're doing the pesto with the pasta.
I'm back in. I'm
Oh
back
yeah,
in.
but I'm Italian, so we have to have that. You know.
Do you spend any time over there in Italy?
No, actually, I haven't been since I was on tour, and I would love to in a more meaningful
Yeah.
because I have more time way.
Because so much is required of you every day of your life in so many areas. Are you a germ freak? Are you like, I can't get sick? I can't get sick.
I am a little bit of a germ freak. I do
Yeah.
maintain the mask stuff.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I
you
love
do.
a mask. I've always been a little bit of a germ person, a little
Yeah.
bit of a OCD germ person.
Yeah.
Not like more with mask than it is like obsessive compulsive Purelling.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like just kind of I like to stay.
Or like when you go in an elevator, do you take your sleeve and press the button with your sleeve?
No,
I do
that's
that.
like it's not that far, but I also like would do that now that you mentioned it. I'm going to start doing it tomorrow.
Wait, what
Yeah.
about bare feet on a hotel floor?
That's Jason's.
I can do that, but also
oh boy. Okay,
more.
so I'm sicker than
I
you are.
said to Jason, we were just on vacation, and he was like, "Of course, every time you sit down to eat with Jason,
Yeah.
he sits down, he orders, and then he gets up." And he leaves, and he comes back, and he's holding his hands like he's going into surgery, like a surgeon does. Like this.
Wash them. I'm
And
ready
he's
to
washed
eat.
them. And then he says, like, "Oh, did you sit there? You got your hand?" And I go, is everybody else here? And there were like 20 of us. I go, is everybody else falling down on the ground sick? Is everybody got it? Do we all get infected?
You might. Yeah, you might. Today you might.
Yeah,
No.
that is a scary thing to me with all of the travel and all of the
Yeah,
meeting.
it's a lot. Now, speaking of masks, I bet you really enjoy the anonymity of walking around with a mask, and you can get away with it now because masks are so sort of ubiquitous,
Prevalent,
right?
yeah.
So have you taken like a big risk with a mask lately? Like, have you done like gone to Disneyland
murder?
with a mask on? Yeah, or murder? Because you could walk into a really huge public place that you probably otherwise wouldn't be able to get through.
Wait, do you want to know my secret? I do it
Yes.
all the fucking time.
is
I
it?
literally walk around for hours and hours and hours whenever I'm off. That was my next part of my schedule that I was going to tell you on my off day. I meander and I shop and I walk and I go to the movie theater and I see movies and I wear like a little hood and a cap and I'm just like I have to be able to like
good.
explore,
Great.
otherwise I'll fall apart. I really
Good
love
for
it.
you.
And then also like I really do enjoy meeting people. So like, you know, it's fine and I love it. Like it's like really nice. I met the cutest waiter the other day. He was so sweet and he had a little tattoo, a little sweetener tattoo. It was like made my day.
No
I
way.
love meeting people, but
So did you pull the mask down and go, hi?
Like,
Oh,
give
I
him a
didn't
little
have a
treat?
mask on that day.
Oh.
But no, he was just like, but I do love.
But do you give people that treat, like you're in a store and you're like they're helping you? You're like, oh, this person's cute, and pull the mask down, give them a little treat, like look who it is, and they're like, oh my god.
Well, first of all, I don't always have a mask on. I just mean like if I'm like, you know, meandering around Broadway.
Yeah.
It's the best. I'm here now, and I was walking around. I went and got coffee, and they asked me to put a mask on. Yeah. They said cover it. They said they don't want to see
You're
you.
so silly.
It's so true.
All right.
so
So then,
fun.
what's next on the dream board for acting?
Wait, I never got to tell you my
go.
thing about
Yes.
the masks.
Do
this
it.
is, I
Yeah,
promise. This
Jason.
was, and I
Yeah.
said when I said
Sorry,
but this was the but was I've always loved masks. I think they're so cute, and like I used to sell them as merch on my tour with like a little moon on them because
way.
it was like a cute thing that me and my fans like always wore, and it was like a cute thing, and it was like a fashion thing. We liked it.
That's cool.
And then when the pandemic happened, all of my fans were like, "We are prepared. We have plenty of these."
We have moon
Okay.
masks. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, that was what I was
No, I love
trying to
that.
say.
Good.
I love that.
Next up is an acting
Not worth
thing
it.
or a music thing. What do you think? Or can you talk about it yet?
I would love to continue acting. That is my I feel so connected to it. I really would love to find the right thing that challenges me in a new way. I love it so much. I think it's I love it for different reasons than music. I mean, it's just so nice to kind of take a break from playing yourself. Like a
right.
caricaturized version of yourself that isn't really yourself, but it kind of is because parts of it are in the songs. So
Right.
it's just a confusing little thing. And I think what a cool thing it is to find characters that you can kind of jump into and
Right, which are other parts of yourself at the outer
Yeah.
reaches, yeah?
yeah, I suppose. I mean, you can heal little parts of yourself through them and with them and for them that you didn't know needed to be looked at. Because when you're, finding commonality, it's
Comedy versus drama, do you lean one way or the other, do you think?
I love both. I think, Glinda had the biggest gift of Glinda is that there's a little bit of both,
Yeah.
especially with part two, you get to see more of her and get to know more of her. And she goes through a little bit more, but, the combination is really special. I think I love roles that have room for all of it.
Right.
And that's I love so much about her is that the comedy plays so well because it's just truth. And underneath it is a very real person with very real insecurities and fears and things.
Yeah.
And it just gets to live there. So I hopefully both, and if I'm lucky, both in one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Sean. I have always thought that you should try comedy because you know what I mean.
Yeah, give it a shot, buddy.
Yeah, you should.
I'm going to really. Well, you know what? Thank you for the push. Thank you for the push.
Maybe take an improv class or something just to sort of see
That
if
would
it's
be
for
a
you.
really good
I'll
exercise for
start
you,
there.
actually.
Well, should we do one now? Give me a place.
Let's do one
Give me
now.
a place and.
What about the music
Sean
videos?
just didn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ariana, do you love getting involved with the music videos and the whole design of them and the concept of them and the shooting of it and all that, or
Yeah,
or
I love
no?
the Yes and one. Oh my god,
Oh,
it's so good.
thank you.
I love
Thank
that
you.
one.
I really feel like I found my lifelong music video collaborator in Christian Breslauer, who I just started working with for the Eternal Sunshine era. He did Yes, and he did We Can't Be Friends. He did The Boys Man. He did all of those things. And not that you have any idea what those are, but I just plan on continuing with him forever. When there's something to do, it will be with him. I love him. And I love it. It's so collaborative. We speak the same language. We love all the same references. Like, we just kind of were destined to meet. When you meet like a creative person and you're like, where have you been my whole life? And it's just kind of this cosmic collision.
But like, so when you're in the recording studio, and let's say you're not in the recording area, whatever that's called, but you're back where the board is with all the slidey things on it. Do you love sitting there and playing with those buttons?
Slidey things.
Yeah. Or do you like being on a movie set and like talking about lenses and or the acting
things,
stuff, the shiny stuff? Do you like both of those with those workplaces evenly?
Holy fuck! Yes, I mean, I have different relationships to them both because I feel like with acting, I love to just kind of be the character and go away and not have like I don't want to know what the playback looks like. I don't want to know or be aware of what my face is doing or my body's doing. I just want it to happen, and then hopefully it'll make sense later. Right. Which is a huge risk. I realize in saying that, but also, I just don't want to be aware of it because I just want to be honest. And then if I'm judging what I look like or my whatever, I won't have the ability to just be a character. And that's my own thing in my head. But with vocal producing, I'm like, it's my favorite thing in the world. So yes, the slidey thingies, of course. It's my number one favorite thing to do, even more so than singing, is vocal production and comping vocals and stacking and vocal arranging. I'm like a huge nerd in that way. So
So what about like taking on a young performer and producing that performer and making he or she, really soar?
Love being able to vocal produce. Literally, like, that is just a dream. Like, if someone calls me and is like, I want you to record me, I absolutely have done it, will do it, love it, will take that call any day. I got to I have a fun story. I got to vocal produce some of the Wicked soundtrack. I got to vocal produce Cynthia and some of my stuff too. So that was really cool and such a treat. And to anyone who questions the live element of the vocals in Defying Gravity, in that second verse, when she's going up the stairs in Defying Gravity, if you solo that vocal, you can hear her little boots on the stairs.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, it's so cool that you guys sing it live. It's crazy.
Yeah, heaven on earth is being able to sift through a bunch of Cynthia Erivo vocal takes. You know what I mean? Because it's not about finding the good one. It's about finding which perfect, amazing one is the choice that you.
Did you hear that thing that was going around for a while that on New Year's Eve, if you started watching the movie at a certain time, it's by midnight you would hit the whoa.
Yes, I saw several videos of that.
Yeah.
You read that, Will, right? On the website?
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, it came up on your feed.
That was my next. I was about to, and Sean cut me off and took my fucking. Remember with the New Year's, because I was like, it was like, whoa, and I was like,
why'd you miss it? Why you missed out? You missed out.
No.
Wait, so Ariana, I don't know why I'm remembering this, but one of the cutest, greatest things you ever did, this is 10 years ago, when we were around 10 years ago, we were doing Hairspray Live. We were sitting there in the makeup trailer, and you said to me,
and you said just a little off the top, just a little off the top.
Just tease up the top a little bit more.
I'm so scared.
No. You turned to me and you said, hey, there's just a few of us going over to my house later on tonight. We're going to get totally wasted and sleep over. And then sleep over. And in the morning, my mom's going to make us pancakes. And
Did I say that?
Yes. And that was so sweet. You invited me. And I turned to you and I go, Ariana? You said, yeah. I go, I'm 45 years old.
That is
and it was so
crazy.
sweet, though. It was so sweet.
You said, I'm 45 years old. I'll see you for the pancakes.
Oh, yes. I can't believe that that's how I would have ever said anything, ever. And I actually do remember that cast party. That was, like, so funny. And I remember,
Can you believe that was almost 10 years ago? Isn't that wild?
It was a long time ago.
And I just wanted to bring up that your boyfriend is a very good friend of mine.
Yes, he
Ethan,
loves you so much.
I love him too, Ethan Slater. He's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in
Yeah.
your life. He did
He's
Goodnight
amazing.
Oscar with me in
Really?
Chicago.
Come on.
Yes, and then he was on Wicked. Yeah, and
Yes.
and now you guys are dating, and I love that because you guys make a
thank
perfect
you.
couple.
Thank you. He's amazing, and he loves you.
What part did he play?
He was the PA guy with the, you know.
Oh, yeah. All right.
But Ariana, next time you're on or whenever, I want to hear a horrible theater story gone wrong in 13 or some other theater show because they're my favorite stories. I have 1,000 of them.
I have some.
Yeah, tell me one. that
We've got
went really
time for
bad.
one.
We got
Oh
two.
my God,
And then
sorry.
we're going to let you go. Yeah.
No, that's totally
You've
fine.
been
I
incredible.
realize you all probably have like a heart out of like right now, and
No,
I'm
no,
just
you
like
don't.
having
No,
the
I wanna
best
hear
time.
it.
Your
I
heart
feel
out.
like I'm having tea with the dames, and I'm in heaven.
No, it's yours.
But no,
Tea with the
so I
dames.
was my best friend Aaron Simon Gross, who I actually grew up in Boca with, and he and I auditioned for 13 on the same day together, and we both got cast, which is like never
way.
happens, crazy. He was playing Archie, and which was the character in the show, and he has these spontaneous nosebleeds that are just really
have those.
fucking.
cool.
Yeah, but it's like it's the kind from like a scary movie. It's like not.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Geyser.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's aggressive, and it's not the kind of thing that is like.
Aggressive nose.
Yeah, you know when you see something and it takes you out of body for a second, because you're just like not supposed to be happening at all.
Right.
So he's in the wings waiting for his entrance, and we used to have this cute moment in the opening number where I was on stage and I would sing one of the lines into the wings, so we would like lock eyes and have a cute little moment and like hi, and then go back to the choreography. And one day, it was right before his entrance. So I'm like, okay, 13. And I like look over to lock eyes with Aaron and do the choreaghy his way. And then I turn back and I see him covered in blood, just covered in blood.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God. And he had to enter and get through his entire first scene.
Was he aware that he was bleeding?
Yeah, he was
Okay.
looking at me like he was had no idea what to do, and also his character, he was using crutches in the role, and he couldn't wipe himself. And
What? Did the audience gasp?
Yeah, they were like, and then when they realized it wasn't a part of the plot at all, that this just like blood-covered man was entering, and then he was singing, and he's like singing, and he's like,
twist.
"There's the cool kids, there's and he's like singing his first number, spitting blood onto
Oh my God.
Graham Phillips,
God.
who's playing the lead role. It was just like the craziest thing, and it never
That's a
ended.
good one.
Did you try to
Yeah.
help him out?
And there was nothing to do. How?
Yeah, yeah.
How
Keep
would
your
I?
distance,
How?
right?
I had to exit.
One time I was at the end of Promises, thank you. I would, thank you.
We'll create space and put the applause in there.
We were coming out, me and Kristen Chenoweth were coming out for our bows, and we would do the same thing. We'd be in the wings from opposite sides of the stage and lock eyes before we'd come out and meet at the middle to come down stage for our bow. And one night, the audience is clapping, everybody's taking their bows, and where I'm supposed to see her, she's on the ground, passed out with her feet under the curtain like the Wicked Witch of the West.
No.
On the house. Yes. And I was like, oh my God, what? So I took my bow by myself. People were like, what happened to Chris? The audience was like,
faint?
where's, she did, she fainted.
No way.
Oh no!
You know what the thing is? This just reminded me. This is a true story. On Sunday, I was shooting this thing in California, and we were at lunch, and there were a bunch of us sitting around in the trailer, and this girl works in costumes. All of a sudden, comes out of the bathroom, and she's going like, like waving her finger. And Eli goes, "You can't talk." And she goes, and she goes back, and I go, "You can't
Ooh, I
breathe."
don't
And
like
she
that.
goes, And I've
fuck.
never done it before. And I jumped up, and I put
way.
my arms around her, and I 3 times, and she barfed on my hands, and
Oh my
she
God, okay.
and it got it out.
Oh my God.
I've never
no
done it
way.
before, but it just, I was like, I think this is what you do. If you
Did you
see
have to do it
somebody
like
choking-
aggressively, or did you
Yeah.
like,
Holy
yeah, because you got to get it out of there.
Well, I guess we can't count on Eli. He just was like, and he just hit it.
Well, and then when I grabbed her,
He's
he
like,
ran
she
out to
looks
get
like
the
she needs help.
paramedic, and the paramedic came in, and she was like, "I'm fine now," and I'm like covered in threw up. I'm like,
That
"She's
is
fine
So
now."
she was choking.
She was
scary.
choking. Yeah.
Oh my God, Will, that's
Oh my
fucking
God.
scary.
Yeah,
It was pretty
crazy.
wild. I don't even know if I was really doing it right. It worked, but I didn't know what I was doing. And I thought like, oh shit, I should learn
Yeah,
how
we
to
need
do
to
a
learn
proper
that and
learn how-
CPR.
CPR.
Yeah.
And
That's
CPR.
really.
And I've been asking
That's
people
really
in the
scary.
street here if they want to do practice CPR, and all these dudes are like, no, and whatever. But anyway,
Can I get your number? I'll try later.
let me try later. Let me come over, hey,
Time at
man.
Scotty.
But isn't that crazy?
That
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
nuts.
that's
Surprised
lot.
you didn't include that in coffee chat at the top of the episode.
I forgot about it until we were just talking about crazy things, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this just happened
Yeah.
3 days ago." So
Well,
anyway,
on that note, Ariana, we hope you don't
Yeah,
choke.
man.
Thanks for being on.
Thank you. Holy fuck. Thank
This
you
was
so much for having
delightful.
me.
You're a
I hope I
delight.
don't ever have to save your life. I guess is my point.
Oh my goodness.
We'll
Well,
see you in 6 months in London.
Yes.
Continued great luck. You are the best.
Thank you for having me.
saying
Yes.
yes to this. Enjoy
thank
the
you.
rest of your day.
Thanks. All the
Continued
love.
love
success.
you all. Thank you.
And love to Ethan too, please.
I will. Love you
Okay.
guys. Bye.
Love you.
Thank
Bye,
you so
honey.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Ariana Grande, the Ariana Grande. A pure delight.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's so funny, man. You know, that's what I
a
said. Like,
talent,
people
man.
don't know how funny she is.
Yeah,
like,
she's funny.
like, I mean, they do now because Glinda was really funny.
I can't wait for people to discover how funny you are. If you take that improv class and you get yourself an agent, I bet you get a guest spot or 2 or 3.
Thanks.
And then people are going to say, hey.
Well, at the very least, I think you'll get an agent.
Yeah,
and
can
which-
you?
which
Hey
I
guys,
think will be
did you ever
fun.
get this when you were younger? Can you hook me up with your agent?
Right.
Can you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But I would love to see her do tons more acting.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think she's going to do a straight acting gig. Will be next.
Yep,
is
for
my
sure.
prediction.
Yep. And she's going to kill it.
And she's just starting, right? She's 30, 31, something like
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of
And
amazing.
with all of that success already.
Yeah.
But has a great head on her shoulders, clearly, and seems well suited for all that's a coming.
Yeah, and you know what? A great musical
Yeah,
that she.
well, hang on a
go ahead.
second,
Oh,
Sean.
hang on,
Sean.
Sean. Okay,
Sean,
we're
did
not
you want to
done
cut in
yet.
with something because you're ready to get on it and to get on the
He's
bike?
got a,
Yeah,
he's got
no,
a great one. He's got a
I
great
just thought maybe
if there's, have you ever heard the expression like smell the roses or just fucking just exist and not act out in the moment to get stuff done as quickly as possible?
I thought that you were
Oh,
setting
I
up
thought he
like
was
as
going
a
to do a buy.
buy.
Yeah. Shut the hell
No,
up,
I'm
Will.
teaching you a lesson.
Sean,
thank you.
Sean,
You
I
say
was-
shut
what do you
up,
got?
Will.
I was gonna. I was gonna say what
Here he
a
comes.
musical that I'd really like to see her
Right.
in.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
Bye
there's a
bye
lot of-
birdie.
Yes, shut you motherfucker.
Sorry, I meant to say bye bye birdie.
Bye.
There's something about your face, and hopefully we're still recording. There's something about your face when you go, yeah, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
SmartLess.
SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Rob Armjarv, Bennett Barbaco, and Michael Granteri.
SmartLess.